Yo, yo, what's up? We are at CB's Horsepower Talk, throwback to the 90s. Darlington Throwback Week. We are going all Darlington stuff. We're going to go through the paint schemes at Darlington Raceway, give our NASCAR fantasy lineups and our picks to win Darlington Throwback Week. This is one of my favorite weekends of the year for NASCAR. It's so much fun to watch. Darlington is one of the best tracks around right now, especially with this generation car. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, this car just suits the intermediate tracks, and with the wore out surface, it makes it even better. So it actually brings in handling, tire conservation, pit strategy, the whole deal, plus a bunch of cool paint schemes. Only thing would be better if it was running Saturday night under the lights.
Yeah, I wish it was a night race. That it's one thing that kind of sucks. It takes away a little bit of the lore of it. This will be a really good weekend to do a Saturday doubleheader with Xfinity and Cup if you want to kind of throw it back to kind of an old type style racing. I think that would be a lot of fun under the lights. These cars, a lot of these cars right now with the throwback schemes look so sharp under the lights. You'll see that in the Xfinity series where I believe they start in the daytime but ends in the nighttime. And Truck Series is nighttime too. So it's gonna be a fun weekend in Darlington. Going to put on a heck of a show, I think. All right, well, we want to just dive right into it. We're going to give our paint scheme preview. So we're going to rate it. 90s theme right now. So middle of the thing, meh. If it's kind of in between mediocre, if we like it. The bomb, if it's awesome. Or whack. Yeah, 90s.
So are we rating it on just our opinion of it, or how good it looks to what they're trying to throw back to?
If you think it looks good, and we'll say if it looks close to the throwback, that's fine. But
Okay.
it doesn't mean it doesn't mean the throwback scheme even looked good back then.
Right. Oh yeah. Some of them are just ugly.
Well, the 90s gave a lot of cool things. It gave you Dale Earnhardt's Black 3. It gave you me. It gave you the start of boy bands, gave you Power Rangers, Pokemon, PlayStation, gave you so many good things. That's why we're doing 90s theme right now. And there's some cars that are thrown back to the 90s. But there's a lot of pretty cool schemes, and there's kind of crappy, ugly schemes. Starting off with the first one that pops up. Now, I'm going through all the numbers. If you look at Ross Chastain's scheme, it's not throwback. It was a really cool scheme for this weekend. It's a really cool Busch Light car.
Oh, okay, yeah, they don't show that one.
Yeah, these are all the throwback schemes via NASCAR.com. So Austin Cindric's the first up, throwing back to Dale Earnhardt's original paint scheme. And yes, Dale Earnhardt did drive a Ford in his first year in NASCAR in the number 2 car. This is throwing back real way back. I think in the 70s. Yeah, 79, 80, Dale Earnhardt throwback scheme. I'll be honest, I think it's meh. The reason I'm saying that, look at the giant space in between. There's a huge ass space. There's nothing. Like there's the numbers in the front kind of screw up a lot of these schemes.
Yeah, I agree, but I'm going to go to the bomb on that one. I think that thing's freaking sharp.
It looks good, but it just ruined me with the paint. If the number was in the middle, that would be
that would make it look better. I don't know why they couldn't have somehow made the Freightliner a little bigger, but I think that's a pretty sharp car. I like that one.
The next one is the number 4 Noah Gragson machine, throwing back to 1996. Dale Earnhardt Jr. First race in the NASCAR Cup Series. He raced in the 31. I believe it's for Richard Childress back then. I say it's the bomb. I think it's sharp. I like that.
Okay, I'm going to go, meh.
It
looks like the throwback, but it's nothing special.
All right, the next one. This is going off. This is off the hook. This is way more than the bomb. This is the best paint scheme in the entire field. It was the best paint scheme last year, and it also doesn't hurt that it was my favorite paint scheme growing up. This is Kyle Larson's number 5, throwing back to Terry Labonte in the early 2000s for his Frosted Flake car. This thing is thebomb.com.
Yeah, I agree. And the thing that's cool, because you had the Frosted Flakes and it had Kellogg's on the rear quarter panel, and it said "Got Milk." So we got HendrickCars.com, and it says Got Cars, same font. That's freaking awesome. Those guys knocked it out of the park on that one.
Well, going to the next one, they did not knock it out of the park for this one. If anybody's seen my meme this week, which has kind of gone a little bit viral, Chase Elliott's number 9, throwing back to 1994 Ken Schrader's scheme, and it's not even exactly like his scheme,
looks
but
nothing like it.
this is whack. It's whack. Ew.
Honestly, the car itself don't look that bad, but when they're trying to make it look like Ken Schrader's car, they completely missed that one. Yeah, I'll give that one a new. If you're just judging by the looks of the car, yeah, it's okay.
All right, that one's whack. All right, Ty Dillon's number 10 for Colleague Racing, throwing back to 1989, Patty Moy's machine. I say, what?
I think I think it was actually Moise.
Close enough.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go whack. It's just too plain. It is what it is.
Yeah, I agree with that one. Whack. It's fine. Nothing special. Nothing special on that one.
It is pretty cool. They have the same sponsorship from back then. I like that, but no.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, exact same sponsorship. It's pretty cool. Denny Hamlin thrown back to Carl Edwards early 2000s, which is kind of similar to what Tony Stewart ran in the Office Depot car. But this is Sports Clips. I think it's the bomb. I like this one. I always like the scheme too.
I agree. That's sharp. That one would look good under the lights. They did a good job on that one.
Yep. Ryan Blaney thrown back to his dad in the then Busch series, and I say it's meh.
It looks nothing like the car from the Busch series at all.
Because it's blue instead of green.
Yeah, I mean it's
meh. I mean it's
I'm going to go whack. I think that's too. There's just it don't show up.
Yeah. Christopher Bell. This is actually first time seeing this one. It is in honor of his racing mentor Rick Ferkel,
the Ohio Traveler. Yeah.
Yeah, I say it's meh. It's all right.
Yeah,
it's definitely old school. Is looking definitely old school.
Well, what they're trying to make it do, Rick Ferkel was a sprint car driver, so they got the top supposed to be like the gray wheel, like he never had a painted wing.
Yeah,
and it was a. If you notice on the font, it's 20, but the 0 is bigger with quotes. Rick Ferkel's number was 0.
Oh, that's cool.
You know what? I didn't realize that before. I'm going to go to the bomb on that one. That's pretty freaking awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Just some of the little details I didn't notice till just looking at it right now. Otherwise, I was going to go, yeah. But you know what? That's thinking outside the box on that one. I'm going to give that the bomb.
Yeah, I like that. All right, I'm sorry. This next one's whack. Josh Berry's number 21 whack. Wood Brothers. Throwing back to an Indy car, and that just does not translate to an Indy car. And Brad Keselowski tried this last year with tried to translate from a NHRA car to his car, and it just doesn't really translate into a different series. There's a specific car it's good for. I don't like it. It doesn't. It probably really is whack to me because of the number. It's still in the front, and this one just does not work with the number in the front. No, whack.
Yeah, I agree. Whack. It just I don't like the green and yellow. It's that don't do it for me.
Now this one we probably have a difference of opinion. This is going back to Cale Yarborough's 1976 scheme. Joey Logano. I say this is the bomb. I like this one.
I was a Cale Yarborough fan, so yeah, I agree with that one. That one looks good. That one looks real good.
This next one is also the bomb. William Byron. Yeah. This is one of Jeff Gordon's best schemes that he had. The silver with the flames. That one looked really sharp. 2015 Jeff Gordon. So it's hard to believe 10 years is a throwback, but yeah, that sucker's sharp, and that one works. That's one of the best ones.
Yeah, I think it's the same sponsor and everything. So that works. Yeah, it's definitely the bomb on that one.
Todd Gilliland is thrown back to Ray Fox. I'm gonna be honest. I do like this one. I'm not saying it's the bomb. It's not quite the bomb territory. It's meh, but I do like how this works. This one works pretty well.
It looks good, and I'm gonna go whack. It don't impress me any though.
The next one, Long John Silver's throwback for the 1970s. Zane Smith. Meh. It's all right. I like the little pirate on. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree with that. But here's the thing I want to just bring up real quick. Long John Silver's. Who the hell is eating at Long John Silver's? First of all, this keeps them in business. Second of all, they can afford to sponsor a cup car. Don't get me wrong, I like Long John Silver. It's probably been 20 years since I've been to one though.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm like, I'm never gonna go out and seek a Long John Silver's. The next one, Cole Custer, the 41, thrown back to Jimmy Spencer in 2000. It's meh. It's all right.
I'm even going to go whack at that. Yeah, and I think some of that, just the number in the front, just don't. I don't know. Just don't look right.
The next one, John Hunter Nemechek's 42, throwing back to Joe Nemechek's car. And it's not even the same colors as Joe Nemechek's car. It's completely different colors, probably because it's Dollar Tree. They needed to have the Dollar Tree colors.
Yeah.
It's meh, and it's borderline whack.
I don't disagree with that one.
It's cool they throw him back to his dad.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
It just
meh.
yeah, I don't think. I don't know. It just looks funny to me. I think.
Well, here's the next one, and this is one that's always one of the best ones.
Yep.
Throwing back to a 43, Richard Petty. Well, that's like John Andretti.
Actually,
on
John
this one.
Andretti.
Richard Petty Motorsports, but this one looks really good. This one was one of the cooler schemes that they have with STP. Eric Jones. This one is the bomb.
I agree with that one. That one's sharp. They got the colors right on.
The next one, I don't know why they couldn't get Coors to sponsor it, but I do like this one. This one's the bomb. This is JJ Yaley, number 44, Bill Elliott throwback, which is weird. Why couldn't Chase do this one?
Yeah, it seemed like that'd have been way better. Yeah, that's a good one. I'll give out a bomb on that one. That one resembles the car really well.
And this next one, it's simple, but I like it. I like the all black. I'm going to bomb on Jimmy Johnson throwback for Alex Bowman and the all black Hendrick one.
Yeah, I give that a meh. Don't seem like they tried real hard.
Well, I mean, that looks exactly like Jimmy's.
It does look like Jimmy's. I don't know. Jimmy had some pretty sharp cars. And I mean, I like the all black car. You look at that, first thing you think of is Dale Earnhardt, and that's not what it's supposed to be. Nah, I'm okay with that. It's
the next one's a Warburton throwback. I always like the Caterpillar car.
Yeah, that one looks good.
This Cody Ware's number 51, the bomb.
Yep, I'll agree with that one. That one looks good. They got the everything looks just like Warburton's car.
And that's all that NASCAR.com is showing for the throwbacks, and I think they are still. There's probably still some more that they have not listed on here.
Well,
but overall,
some for the Xfinity, which just real quick, Parker Redslav's car, thrown back to Ernie Irvin's Kodak car.
That was perfect. That's right. Yeah, that I always raced that car in the early NASCAR heat games and stuff.
Yeah, so that's a good one. They get just a bonus one there. That one's pretty badass.
All right, well, one question for you, and then we'll give our NASCAR fantasy. So, which driver, since we're going 90s still, because it's arguably the best decade, especially for me, biased. I'm biased. It's okay. Who has the most wins at Darlington Raceway during the 1990s? And bonus points if you can say how many wins.
Wow. Darlington in the 1990s. Is it Rusty Wallace?
No. This one is very obvious.
Is it Earnhardt?
It's not. Earnhardt has 4 in the 90s.
Okay. Jeff Gordon. Can you guess how many wins he has in the 90s? 5.
5 wins in the 90s. Now, there was a lot of decrease of wins in Darlington in the early 2000s because they went back to just only racing once a year instead of racing twice. And then they didn't even call it the Southern 500. It was like the Dodge Challenger 500 or whatever. And I'm like, what are we doing? And then they finally brought it back to the Southern 500. Now we've got Darlington twice a year again, which is what it needs to be.
Yeah, I mean, they packed the place,
and it's not expensive. It's not it's a small town. It's easy. It's easy to access. The parking lot's great. I've been there. Now they don't sell the backstretch tickets. I don't believe anymore, like the ones that said scolded my butt. because those were the original seats and they were not comfortable. And if you don't have a cushion, you just regret it. All right. So let's give our NASCAR fantasy lineup for Throwback Week at Darlington. It's your turn this week to go first.
All right. In my starters, I have Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick, Chase Elliott, William Byron, Christopher Bell, and in my garage, I got Denny Hamlin.
You
So,
just went off.
Yeah. These poor guys can't drive. So, feature matchups. It's Joey Logano versus Ross Chastain. I have Joey over Ross. Denny Hamlin versus William Byron. This one was tough, but I actually picked Denny Hamlin, even though William Byron's in my lineup for now. And Ty Gibbs versus Kyle Busch. This is another one that was kind of tricky. But, Ty Gibbs has gotten a little bit faster, and Kyle Busch still has issues. I want to go with Ty Gibbs on that one. And Chase Elliott versus Bubba. And this one, Bubba runs this track very well, too. I almost had him in. But I'm going to go with, being he's in my lineup, I'm going to go with Chase Elliott over Bubba. So go ahead.
We're completely different, and I'm not abusing people. It was really tempting to abuse the same drivers I did for Homestead. And
you can't keep letting mom beat us. So that's
well, I won by a point, but I won. All right, my starting lineup for Darlington, and these are some sleepers too. Chase Briscoe, he won the Southern 500 last year to lock himself into the next round of the playoffs.
That's right. He did win that last year.
Ross Chastain, he runs really well here. He runs the crap out of this thing a little bit too hard sometimes. Denny Hamlin. What's to say? Denny's one of the best drivers, active drivers at Darlington. Eric Jones, sleeper. People don't realize this is Eric Jones' best track. This is his best track. He consistently gets top 10s here randomly, and then just falls off every other track. But this is a really good track for him. And being in the Throwback STP car, look for that one to be fast. And Toyotas are fast on 1.5 miles as it is. And I'm using them again. I got to put Kyle Larson in. You just can't leave him out at Darlington, especially he wants some redemption for whacking the wall last year in that 6 scheme because he was the fastest car at last year's race and got into the wall, had some bad luck. He wants some redemption for it. And in my garage, he sucks. He's clearly terrible. Ryan Blaney. So all hell breaks loose. At least got Blaney to back me up.
Yeah.
All right, in the feature matchups, we are different pretty much on all of them, or actually just one of them. Joey Logano versus Ross Chastain. I have Chastain over Joey Logano. I think this would be a good finish for Chastain and have some momentum going forward. Denny Hamlin and William Byron. I've got Denny over William Byron. Denny just won Martinsville. He's got all the momentum right now, and this is such a good track for him. He knows how to save the tires and finesse this track properly.
Just like last week.
Mm-hmm. And he usually doesn't even have a Darlington stripe. He keeps that thing clean. I don't know how. Ty Gibbs versus Kyle Busch. Just Kyle Busch. For a couple weeks we're like, all right, he's got it going, and now I don't know. It's catastrophic meltdown right now for them. Ty Gibbs I have over Kyle Busch. It wouldn't surprise me if Kyle gets a decent finish, though. It's kind of desperation at this point. Chase Elliott versus Bubba Wallace. I have Bubba. This is a good track for Bubba, and I think he'll do pretty well here. I think it'll be a good track for him. Now, the must picks that they have this week, according to DraftKings, Denny Hamlin. We already explained it. Gotta. A good pick is Tyler Reddick. Got to have him in too. I don't. It says avoid Ryan Blaney. He's in my garage. I don't think you totally avoid Ryan Blaney anywhere. Daniel Suarez to avoid. I agree with that. Suarez just hasn't been fast this year. And a sleeper's Chase Briscoe. 1 Southern 500s in my lineup, so hopefully I got that right.
It's surprisingly they don't have any of Larson in there. I went with the guys that can probably run the top. Well, Chase Elliott may be the one who might be the worst at running the top out of all those guys.
Well, before we give our race winning picks, I want to give a best bet for this week. I'm not doing a ladder challenge because that died because I just jinxed the hell out of it. Alex Bowman lost a tire. Something broke on pit road. Spun. I'm like,
he had a bad day.
If it was definition of Murphy's Law. If something could go wrong, it did go wrong. I'm sorry, Alex. And he was running so well too. All right, so my best bet to get a top 10 finish this week. He's in my lineup. I have Eric Jones. He's plus 170 to get a top 10, and this is one of his better tracks. I think it's a pretty solid pick for it.
Cool. Yeah, he does run good here.
I'm so confident in it, I might throw $2 down.
Look out. Vegas might shut down.
All right, so let's give our race winning picks for Darlington Throwback Weekend. Who do you have to win at Darlington?
So my pick, and sorry about this one, our favorite car, I got Kyle Larson on this one. Mom's pick, Tyler Reddick. Like we said, two guys that can rip the lip on this one for sure.
Well, we done it. The pick for this week for me, Kyle Larson in the Terry Labonte Throwback scheme. I'm sorry, Kyle. This might be a catastrophic meltdown for you now.
we're gonna blame this all on Zach, Kyle. I'm just gonna let you know that right now. It's not me.
I had it all pre-planned to pick him. It's just hard to not pick him for this weekend. All right, far out. I think that does it for this week. So we'll see what happens at Darlington. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Again, wish it was nighttime, but it's still going to be a pretty cool weekend to see. I was tempted to go. Can't make it this weekend. I was really, really tempted to go drive there. I'm off this weekend, so I could have almost made an excuse to go. But make sure you guys follow anywhere you get your podcast, and make sure you share and watch on YouTube, TikTok, because I have some funny memes, and some of them are kind of going viral, so it's kind of fun to see. And yeah, we will see you guys next week for just normal, basic 2025 normalness.
Yeah.
Maybe. See you guys then.
All right, bye.